What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? We have a lot of people waiting in the pre-chat here. Of course, who's first? Who's always first? Craig Lilly. What's up, Craig? Hope you're doing well. We got other people here such as Clash Till You Fall. That looks like a kind of new name. But yeah, this is the Hakos. Honestly, this is the case. I'm actually not sure. I don't know anything about HoloLive or anything like that, but yes, I do know it's called like the Hakos. I'll look it up again. Hakos Baelz Y60. Yeah. So I have no idea on that side of things, but I'm very familiar with the case since there's a ton of hype around it, and it'll be my first time building in the Y60. So maybe it will enlighten me and open up my eyes as to why the case is so amazing. But yeah. Just gonna hang out with chat for like the first 5 or so minutes, then we gotta get straight to building, and I'll show you guys all the parts and everything. But what's up, Shane Neslick? How you doing? You gotta go early today. That's fine. Go get your real life stuff taken care of, and then yeah, the VOD will always be there. But hope you're doing well, Shane. What's up, Young Ministry? What's up, Kale130, Fallen, Stang 2007, Mehmet Sahin, Coyote Gaming, Scooter U, what's up? NZN Silent, Bon, Abyssal Flame. We need more cases like this. Just lots of cool flavor. So I'm keeping it on the floor right now because I need space on the table until we need it. But here's the case. It is it's a pretty chunky case given, like, you know, that it's not super tall, but it is very wide and kind of deep. But yeah, that's the case we're building in tonight. What's up, Kevin? Hope you're doing well. What is up, Chris? Jason Whitmer, as always. Federico Gonzalez, Bacata. So Bacata is very excited for this one. I don't do a ton of builds on stream. I want to do more, but it's really hard to coordinate making content for a build versus like doing it live on stream. It's because one, I want to capture good quality footage, and stream footage isn't always the best. I could record side by side with OBS, but still, lighting and everything, it's way easier to record B-roll of me building and showcasing parts and stuff like that off of stream. So that's why I don't do it too often, because the timing has to work out perfectly. If I owe something to a company, it's usually pretty hard to build it live on stream because of like time commitment, scheduling stuff. But since this is for my brother-in-law, I can kind of take my time with it. So I don't even know if this is gonna be a full video, so that's why I also wanted to stream it. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll have time to benchmark it and produce a video because he's been waiting for this build for a while. So how's cable management in the A? What's up, Kenny's Computers? Honestly, cable management is looking very similar, just from what I've seen. I haven't done it yet, but it's looking very similar to the 11 Dynamic. You know, it's a kind of like dual chamber design. So it should be really good. It looks very spacious because it is a pretty big case. The music should be on. I think this is just it's just a quiet song right now. I can change the song. Let's see. Thank you for the water reminder, Eduardo, as always. 4080 versus 7900 XTX. Has the chatbot, in terms of between these two, right now it's kind of hard to say because I haven't seen all the stuff regarding the 7000 series graphics cards cooling issues yet. So for this build, we definitely went with 4080 because my brother-in-law is at NVIDIA. He's not super knowledgeable about computers, so when given the two options, he chose the more recognizable brand, I guess. So there was no convincing him otherwise. My brother-in-law is one of those people where it could be hard to convince him sometimes. And that's not too different from a lot of people who game on PC. There are plenty of people, no matter how much proof or no matter what you show in front of them, they will still choose one brand over the other. So, he's a pretty nice guy, though. Alright, Track, see you later. Kenny's computer says, oh, I have the 11 Dynamic XL, but there's some clashing with PSU's units where the cable is too short. So yeah, so that is going to be interesting to see. I mean, I have a pretty standard power supply, the RMX, well, not standard, it's a pretty high-end power supply. But in terms of cables and stuff, I don't think there should be any issues. I think the biggest interference issue might be how close the graphics card is to the glass, because the Hyte case can only do vertical. So we'll see. Alright, let's see. So we're just still chilling a bit, waiting for people to use the restroom, get their stuff, get settled in. Quick reminder, where's that thing? If y'all haven't yet, first of all, I don't know how you would have found my channel if you're not subscribed yet. But if you haven't, hitting the like and the bell notification does help the channel out quite a bit, and it's free to you. But if you don't want to, feel free not to. That was just a reminder for those of you who have not yet. And then I'll do a quick shout out to the channel members, which the list is huge. Thanks to Gnomed up here. There's Gnomed right here, who went on a membership gifting spree last stream. So because of that, this list is huge right now. It goes up and down, but I don't know if Gnomed is here right now, but we appreciate you, Gnomed. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Ernesto can't wait for the Fantex NB7 case. That's the one that we saw from the CES stream, right? Would the 4060 be budget when it comes out? I've already given my predictions for the 4060 pricing. I think it's realistically gonna be slated at 450 with actual cards like that you can find being closer to 500. But we'll see if that prediction is right or not. It would be too big of a gap between the 4070 Ti being at $800 to going down to like anything remotely in the $300 to $400 category at the 4060. They just wouldn't be able to fill the gaps in too much. So I think everything is taking a big shift upwards this generation, unfortunately. But if you can't afford it, last gen cards were perfectly fine. I'm using actually a 6650 XT in my system right now. Not even the 6700 XT. I'm gonna slowly downgrade my graphics card to see if like it even becomes an issue for me. I'm streaming on the 6650 XT and I still game with it, so. You have AM4 mobile. What is the best CPU for the budget? Your budget is 300. The 5800 X3D is actually it's gone on sale close to 300 recently. I don't know if it's actually hit 300 yet. Let's actually, before we actually get in the building, to give people a little bit more time before we get started. Where's my window? Oh, there it is. What is this? What is that? Let's see, 5800 X3D. I'm not sure if it's taking a permanent price drop yet. Okay, so it is what, 323 right now? I mean, it's either gonna be this or 5800X for that AM4 motherboard you have. If you're gaming, then the X3D, like frames per second per dollar, is gonna be the better choice. But if not, the 5800X is not bad either. So yeah, it's up to you though what you want. Yeah, 5700X is around 200 typically now, is what I've seen, or maybe 225. Let's take a look real quick. Oh, 5700X is 190. Yeah, so the prices on these keep dropping. If you don't want to spend your full $300 budget and you want to save 100 for like an SSD, RAM upgrade, or just keep pocket it for a graphics card upgrade later down the line, the 5700X isn't bad too. This is kind of crazy for 8-core 16 threads. And, you know, overclockability and everything, so. Okay, let's see. So, all right, let's get into the builds. I'm gonna try to take a look at chat as often as possible. If I stop paying attention to chat for a really long time and I don't read chat, then feel free to use a bunch of the emojis to get my attention. If you use like a long string of emojis, like if you just put a bunch of Jensen faces or Lisa Sue faces, I would definitely notice it if you spam the chat with that. But okay, let's go over to the test bench view, which I do have the top down view for this, and I'll show you all the parts. Okay, so all the specs are listed down below in the description, as well as the chat bot is also saying it. Kenny's Computer says, sorry if it's right in front of my eyes and I'm not noticing. How do you become a channel member? So to become a channel member, it's either $1, $3, or $5 a month. And I think you have to activate it in YouTube first though, before you can see it. But it should be next to the subscribe button after that. So Bakata says, Danny, why are you wearing a shirt? Because y'all have to pay if you want to see that come off. But alright, in terms of parts for this build, so like I said, let's just go over everything I have in front of me. So we do have the Y60, which I'm not going to put on the test bench right now because it is way too big. But for the power supply, we do have the RMX 1000, the RMX 1000 watt power supply from Corsair, fully modular. This one is, I believe, gold rated off the top of my head. Where's that box? Yeah, but very high quality power supply, A tier. For the motherboard, we have the ROG Strix Z690-A gaming Wi-Fi. So this is a DDR4 motherboard. I presented the information to my brother-in-law, said, hey, here's the difference in terms of performance with regards to DDR4 versus DDR5. Here's the price difference. You make the choice. So we went with DDR4 this time around, so it's a little bit cheaper in terms of both motherboard and the RAM. DDR5 RAM is getting cheaper, but it's only like the really low end stuff that's getting cheap. If you want the higher frequency stuff, those are still pretty pricey. So in terms of RAM, we do have 64 gigabytes in a 4x16 configuration of Corsair Vengeance Pro. So this is just a typical 3200 CL16 stuff. Or actually, no, I think it's 3800. 3600 CL18. Let me see. I did not pick this up, by the way. I just basically approved or disapproved. It should say on here somewhere. Yep, this is CL18, so very standard stuff. Nothing too crazy there. For the drive, we do have a 2TB 980 Pro. I think I was just seeing recently, weren't the Samsung SSDs having issues with the firmware on them? So like they're running hot or something. So I think I'm gonna have to do the update for him on this right here. For the CPU, we've got a bunch of channel members. All right, let me see. First of all, Kenny's Computer, thank you. Oh, why is that off the screen? That should not be off the screen. Give me 1 second to fix that. Here we go. There we go. Kenny's Computer, thank you for joining the channel membership. Tibbles as well, Jax, BB, and Kimmith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so that is the M.2 that's been in the news. We actually bought that, I don't know, probably like a month or so ago, over a month ago. So that was before any of that stuff came out. Honestly, so in terms of SSDs, I like the cheaper brand stuff. You know, the Team Group drives, Silicon Power from time to time, ADATA, stuff like that. I rarely go for Samsung drives just because of how expensive they are. But yeah, my brother-in-law really wanted Samsung, so again, that brand recognition. In terms of performance, sure, if you do like a side-by-side like benchmark, you might get higher read and write speed, but from day-to-day uses, I don't think it'll be that different between this 980 Pro versus, you know, any of the other Gen 4 drives. But it is what it is. All right, for the processor, we do have the 13700KF. So that's it right here. Also, we do have the Thermalright CPU frame. So this is just so that it improves on the contact. for the CPU. I've actually not used this before, so this is gonna be my first time using one of these, so that'll be interesting. There's like a special method to doing it. And then last but not least, oh wait, no. Then we have some of these Lian Li streamers. Also never used these before because these are kind of expensive. The pack of 2 of these, I think were like, this is for the graphics card right here, and this is for the motherboard 24-pin. This was like 120 bucks just for some extension cables. But it does have the aesthetics, so yeah, this will be interesting. Hopefully it makes it look really cool. Yeah, so I did see the Gamers Nexus information on the frame. That's how I knew about it. There is a way to install it where you have to apply the pressure evenly. So I'm going to have to like count the number of rotations clockwise because I do not have a torque wrench on me. So I went to Amazon, looked for torque wrenches, and they are very expensive. So we're going to be doing it via the counting the rotations method. And then last but not least, of course, we do have this gigantic beast of a card. The RTX 4080 Eagle OC edition. So, the story about this card is Best Buy actually had a bunch of them available because these were all still in stock. Like, it's not like 4080s were ever selling out. So, we had the choice between Founders Edition, this one, the PNY version, and I think the MSI, which were all around the same price. My brother-in-law ended up choosing this one because of the kind of tealish color scheme it has going on. The case that he chose has like a teal aesthetic to it as part of one of the accent colors. So that's why he ended up choosing this. So yeah. I'm going to get started in a second, but let me look at chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. Kenny's computer with the 99 cent super chat. Thank you, Kenny. Coalition Gaming Chris, he is still driving through traffic heading home as always during these Wednesday night streams. Hopefully you can just put me on in the background if I'm not too boring as opposed to whatever you would watch normally. No, so my brother-in-law games a lot actually. He probably games more than me because he has more free time to game. And he has like a 1440p high refresh rate monitor, so he's definitely gonna be utilizing this. So yeah, brother-in-law had a big budget. I mean, the graphics card alone was like $1,300 after tax. With everything else in it, this I actually don't have the total because he bought most of it himself on Amazon. So I haven't checked all his receipts yet. But yeah, this is definitely upwards of like $2,500 to $300 or to $3,000 around there. So hopefully, so my concern about this build is I don't know how it's gonna look at the end of the day. We've got some weird color schemes going on here. We've got an anime themed case. We've got like, there's a lot going on here. So I think making the colors match perfectly is going to be difficult, but we do have the assistance of RGB as well as these streamer lights, so that hopefully we can get like one cohesive theme going on here. So all right, so let me see, can I zoom this in? I can. So we're gonna start installing stuff right now, and the slowest process is probably going to be putting this frame on. So let me see. Yeah, you guys have a good view there. Let me just clear my space a little bit. What did Jason pay $100 for? What did I miss? Eduardo says, any recommendations on a good laptop? Just something with a good battery to write down. Yeah, in terms of good laptops, you don't want a gaming laptop because they're usually going to be chunkier, as well as unless you put in like the right power saving modes, they will consume more power. K130 says, brand recognition is not always the best. Speaking of Samsung, lol. Yeah, even the biggest brands, the most popular brands with the longest reputations can have things go wrong with certain products. One of the good things about minimal, any RGB can match it, or no RGB can match it. Yeah, I have actually a minimal build coming up soon. It's pretty like normal, you know, very plain black color scheme, but it's gonna have a 4070 Ti in it, so that'll be fun. But you know what's funny? So apparently this Hakos Baelz, hopefully I'm saying that right, case is very rare. They had like a limited run on them. It's like a special edition case, this collaboration thing. And my brother-in-law, he ordered it, like he's one of the first orders. Let me see. This case is, look at this. This is how, I'm not sure if it was luck or if it was based on order number, but let me show you guys. Does this work? Okay. Look at this is the serial number for this case. I think that means 26 out of 23,424. Unless I'm missing something, I think this means he has case number 26 out of that. So, I mean, I guess is that right? 2,000, 20,000 something? That seems like a lot of cases. Doesn't seem that limited now that I look at that. But yeah, he actually had issues getting this case in. They didn't send it to him for the longest time, so then they had to send him a second one, and then they eventually sent the first one, so now he has 2 of these cases. I don't know if these are super rare and super expensive, but he has 2 of them. I don't know what he's gonna do with the second one. Okay, so first thing we have to do is with the motherboard. So I'm gonna have to remove this existing frame to install this one, and I'm gonna have to count the number of rotations I do on the screw. So let me go ahead and do that right now. And if you've never seen this before, this completely replaces the frame and the spring lever arm and everything. So this is gonna be interesting. So let me see. All right, let me keep an eye on chat. So my goal by the end of the stream, I don't know how long this is going to take, especially since when building a computer on stream takes way longer than just doing it off of stream. So my goal is to get the PC built and turned on, but I already know I'm not going to be able to get in, start installing Windows because I'm pretty sure this motherboard is not ready to go BIOS wise. So I'm going to have to do BIOS flashback because I am putting in the 13th gen chip right now. So, okay. Alright, so we're putting the CPU in. Make sure it gets in. Alright. Now. But yeah, here's all the stuff that came off of it. So, this all came off to be able to use that frame. Okay. Danny Carvajal says, did he have the stickers himself? They kind of mid. Are you talking about on the case? No, everything on the case is as is. It came like that. No, honestly, I also think the stickers on it are kind of meh quality. It's not like they screen printed it directly on or anything. It literally is just like vinyls, which kind of screams cheap to me. Okay. So the way this is done is I have to backtrack. These or screw them in counterclockwise till I hear a click and then start counting. The click is when the thread resets. Then what I need to do is count and apply the torque evenly, or the same amount of rotations per screw. So I'm gonna get all these to click first, then we will start doing our... There it is. So there's a click. From the click, I'm gonna do a 90 degree... No, I'm gonna do a 180 degrees, because 180 is easier to keep track of. Oh. So clicked in 180. There it is. Click. 180. Click. 180. Click. 180. Okay, so now I need to start applying equals amount of rotation to all these screws. So I'm going to start in the down position and do 360 degree turns. So, bam. This isn't an exact science. If we get bad thermals, I might have to remount this, which isn't the end of the world. But this is an interesting learning experience for the first time. Okay, so that's one rotation on all the screws. We're going to do the same thing. Now, so I'm starting to feel it get tight. We're actually going to go to 180. Okay, 180 degree turns on all the screws. And I remember in the Gamers Nexus tutorial video, they said don't over tighten it, so... I mean, that is pretty tight right there. Let me see if I can get any more rotation on this. Nope, just barely. Whoop. Okay, I think that's it. So now, the frame is on. Alright, oh, I forgot to show the other part. The cooler. So this is actually Corsair's new H150i Elite Capellix XT. The XT in this one is just, it's the only difference is that it has the fans. The fans are updated with Corsair's new airflow fans. So other than that, it seems to be pretty much the same cooler though. So I'm gonna put the frame on here so that that's ready to go. Extra thick? No, it is not extra thick. The CPU block mount is the frame that Thermalright. This is Thermalright, yeah. This is the Thermalright contact frame, not the Thermal Grizzly, because that one is super expensive. So, man, I'm gonna have a bunch of trash. I'm just gonna throw it underneath the table. So, as I've said before in the past, I am not the biggest fan of AIO coolers. But, oh wait, this is the, we're gonna have to get an LCD screen for this, I'm just realizing. Or this, yeah, we're gonna have to get the LCD upgrade kit for this. Which we can install later. Because my brother-in-law does want the LCD. But yeah, I'm not a fan of AIOs just because, like, look at this. You need an entire box like this so that you could cool the CPU. There's so many wires, so many extra bits and pieces that you have to keep track of in case you go from, you know, AMD versus Intel, whatever platform you're on. So I guess I don't like it because it is extra work. But you would need a big beefy cooler to get this equivalent cooling capabilities of a 360 or 420mm AIO. So, I guess, you know, it is what it is. Okay, let me see. Threadripper stuff. Okay, this is what we need right here. We need the Intel backplate. And then they got so many extra, like... Alright, don't need the AMD stuff, so I'm gonna put those away before I get confused. Corsair, IQ Commander. Fans we'll keep on the side. Alright. So we gotta get this back here. Come on. All right. Intel 1700. There we go. Okay, don't need the rest of this. Nope. What's the total cost of this PC in terms of Steam Decks? How much are Steam Decks going for now? What is the base model Steam Deck? Is that like 400 or 450? Is that new Intel GPU good? Which new one? There, I mean, if you're talking about the Arc 770, unless there's a new one I haven't heard about, but the quote unquote new ones, those came out back in like what, October? Are they good? Intel Arc cards are good. Actually, the A750 is actually really good now that it has the price drop down to $250. But it doesn't come without issues. Mobile looking like a space station. Yeah, this thing has so much stuff on it. Like, what is this? I'm just noticing. Huh. Okay, does anyone know the point of this? I do not build with high-end hardware like this very often. So, like, when they come with championship rings and stuff, it kind of confuses me. But, if anyone knows what this is... Give me 1 second. Let me screw this in. And I'll show you. Come on. Okay, look at this. This is pretty interesting. So this board has this piece, which looks like a sticker, but it's actually like a Velcro thing that's screwed onto the board. Like, is this... I don't understand what this aesthetic is, but it's there. This is not a sticker or like a flap of paper. It's actually like fabric material with Velcro on it. Oh, is that for cable management? It doesn't say so on here, but I guess that kind of... I don't know if I'm going to be running any cables that way. That's for the GPU cables. Interesting. I'm curious if we're going to use it because we're using a riser card. I guess you could always remove it, but that's actually kind of cool now that you guys have enlightened me. That they took that into consideration. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Are these all tight and ready to go? Yep, they're good to go. Next, we're just gonna install the SSD, which we're gonna go at this topmost slot. Where's my screwdriver? Who out there has the LTT screwdriver, by the way? I am planning on getting one. What are they still on back order, or are they like, do they have enough in production where it's just readily available now? I wonder if anyone has sold an LTT screwdriver in the used market. Oh, sweet. This M.2 heatsink has double thermal pads, one on the bottom and one on the top side. Dang, so is this what you get when you pay for like $300-ish motherboards? I actually don't know how much this one costs. He picked it based on aesthetics, but I'm pretty sure this is like a $250 to $300 board. Asus Strix is not cheap. Alright, so we got that on there. Kevin Stone says, do I have giveaways? Not on the stream. I haven't done a giveaway on the stream yet. But, I'm trying to think, have I? I've done other giveaways on the channel. But, for the people who are here just for giveaways, you may as well just leave now, because that is the worst reason to follow or join. Or yeah, to follow like a creator. Just for the fact that giveaways, because of how many people enter, your chances of winning the giveaway, while it's not as bad as like the lotto, it's pretty low. Any giveaway that I've ever done has always been in like the thousands, if not tens of thousands of people. So your chances are already less than 1%. Oh no. Come on. What's wrong with this screw? There we go. Alright, Shane, take it easy. Alright, so then the rest of the hardware here is for I'm not gonna put on the block until like near the end. Never trust Telegram. Kevin Stone equals scam likely. Wait, what? Oh, wait, what's happening here? Recently I was contacted by someone saying I want a PC. You were just contacted out of nowhere saying you want a PC, or did you enter a giveaway and then you were contacted? Oh, he's using my Telegram. I don't use Telegram, so yeah, totally fake. June PC Tech. Yeah, we are doing the screen mod for the case. Hyte actually now sells screens and full kits to do it, but they're all sold out right now. So we're gonna do that once those come in. Cause yeah, that screen mod is very cool. All right, installing the memory right now. I cannot see. Oh, I need more lights in here. I didn't want to put too much lights because it would blow out the image, but I can barely see some of this black on black hardware. Alright, we got memory in, so I can take all this off. SSD is in. Yeah, I'm going to move all this out of my way. Yeah, if you ever see a Telegram giveaway thing or Telegram message, I don't know. Honestly, I know the reason why people fall for them, because they're that desperate. But it's like, if you see my YouTube videos where, like on YouTube, if I leave a comment, there is my name, Nerd on a Budget, with a check mark next to it. Why would you ever respond to someone who does not have that designation, even though they use my same profile image? It doesn't make sense to me how people can fall for those types of things. To go as far as paying the other person money first. I don't know of any legitimate giveaways where you have to front money to win the giveaway. Desperate children, says Jason Whitmer. Yeah, so those comments, I typically get to removing them eventually, but it takes time because I don't always see them, especially on newer videos, because I get so many comments like out of the gate. Sometimes I do miss them, but eventually when people comment saying it's a fake and stuff, and I see that notification pop up, then I would delete it. So, all right. Everything on the motherboard side, let me make sure so I'm not forgetting anything because I'm like distracted here. I think I have everything installed on the motherboard that we need. So we are moving on to the case now. We'll move this right there and let's take this case apart. So here is the case. So here's this panel coming off. Put this on the side. The top just pulls out. How does the top come out? Oh, it's just the top just pops off. It has these little. Can you see this? Yeah, these little ball nubbin things. What is the official name for these? I kind of call them like round dowels. What do you guys call this stuff? Nubs. These circular pop-in nubs. Circular nubbins. Yeah, so that's what this case uses for a lot of the panels. I really like it because, you know, it just uses like friction and interference to get it on and off. You don't have to unscrew stuff. It just makes it way easier. Pegs? Yeah, there you go. Pegs, dowels, round pegs, snap fit pins. I like that one. Those are called CBT? Closed beta test? Alright, here's the back side. Yeah, so they all just pop off really easily. Again, with the snap fit pins. I'm gonna forget that. I'm gonna go back to calling them dowels or round nubbings, like in a week. Watch. I need to ingrain that. Snap fit pins. Unless people have other better names for them. Hey, thanks for the kind words, Luvia Jr. Hopefully I said that right. Can I do a backflip? No, I cannot do a backflip without the assistance of a trampoline or soft ground. I think. I don't know if I'm physically able to. I've never tried. I don't want to break my neck. Alright, so... Oh, let me zoom out here. We're super zoomed in. Do I need to remove... I'm just going to remove all the glass panels. Let me see... So, where's the... Oh, I think this is a push... Is this push? No. Where's... How do I take this front... panel off? I took it off before, but I've already forgotten. Oh, I think it is a push. It is. All right, yeah. So the front panel also comes off. Same snap fit pins. Look, that's the back side of the vinyl. It's not even double-sided. And then this inside one requires unscrewing, which I find to be a pain. To get this diagonal panel, you have to unscrew. So let me go ahead and do that. It's 2 screws up on the top here. Really wish they would have used those snap fit pins. Or at least use a thumb screw or something. Make it toolless. I want to put this back in place so that I don't lose it. These are tiny screws. Alright, so the case is now completely open. This is actually, aside from the AIO, the AIO is going to be like the most work. But other than that, it's kind of a simple build. Nothing too crazy going on. So I'm going to remove this riser cable first. JXEYAE, you downgraded to a 6650 from a 6700 XT? Yeah, I did. Not because there's anything wrong with the 6700 XT, because obviously that's a more powerful card. I just did so, and then I'm eventually going to downgrade to a 6600 and see how long I can go doing that without complaining. Where's my other screwdriver? Got the riser cable up. You'd be more. If I could probably downgrade to the i3, what, 12100. The only issue with that is it's not as quick of a swap. So I wouldn't do it not out of fear of having an i3 in my system. I would do it out of the amount of effort it would take to take off the AIO, redo all that stuff, because in my ITX case, it's not super simple to swap out. It's never super simple to swap out a CPU. You gotta deal with thermal paste, and you gotta deal with like all the different screws that hold the cooler down in a tight cramped space. So, yeah, because a lot of the stuff that I do, streaming, I can do it off the GPU. Video rendering, I can do it off the GPU. The 12100F, for the most part, I think it could serve me pretty well, to be honest. Some things might be a little slower, like maybe loading games or something like that, but it's nothing that's like gonna like completely ruin the PC and PC gaming experience. Okay, motherboard time. So motherboard's going into the case. Uh, 10100F plus 6600, that is like a budget. That's a killer budget combo right there. But I don't know if I would go back to the 10100. Let me make sure all these are tight. They are. Man, I'm gonna have to remove this riser cable completely. It's in the way. Oh wait. Can I not remove it easily? There's like so many screws. All right, we're not removing. There's like 6 screws holding this riser cable in place. I don't think it's completely necessary to move. It honestly looks like it doesn't, like, it wasn't designed to be taken out unless you, for whatever reason, absolutely needed to. Okay, let me see. Let me make sure all the holes are there. Yep, those are there. Yep, I think we're good. course, the fan cable getting caught in the rear, the I/O cover. I gotta peel that thing too. So much more peel on this motherboard. Yeah, way more peel on this than, well, yeah, like, I'm not used to the rear I/O having a peel. At some point in the future, we'll probably go, KL130 is, you're using a 10100F with a 6600. That's a good 1080p gaming experience. Shoot, you could probably push into 1440p on some games. Designed for the LTT screwdriver. Who all here has the LTT screwdriver? I know Jason has one because he's rich. I'm just gonna screw in 5 points on this right now, just in case we have to remove the motherboard for whatever reason. Where is... I'm gonna use my own screws. I cannot be bothered to try to find the screws that came with this case. It could be anywhere right now. Tip, you are supposed to be magnetic. Why are you not magnetic right now? I gotta remagnetize the screwdriver. Let's see if this tray works. Let's see if using this tray to remagnetize this works. Do you care about your Wi-Fi for motherboards? I think Wi-Fi for motherboards are very useful. They do tend to usually cost, like, for a mid-range board with and without Wi-Fi, it's anywhere from like $10 to $20 difference. I think it's worth paying for. There are many occasions, I guess it depends, right? For a person that goes to LAN parties a lot, when I get to the LAN party, the network's not always set up. So having Wi-Fi is helpful for that. But also, down here in my basement, because I'm, building systems and testing them and stuff like that, I don't always have an Ethernet cord running to all of them. So it's nice to have Wi-Fi so that you can instantly get into like testing or downloading stuff without having to worry about plugging in. Now, for most people who have like one computer that is placed where their desk setup is, you may not need Wi-Fi ever. But it is useful for anytime you take your PC away from your desk setup kind of situations. So Sideread says, yeah, I'm away from my router. Yeah, exactly. Like, especially, I don't remember the LAN party stories video. Did I show my cable run, my Ethernet cable run from our office in the opposite corner of the house? It's probably like, let me think of how long that is. I don't know, over 100 feet, routing all throughout my house because I couldn't fish the cables through the walls. That's my situation with my Ethernet cord. So having Wi-Fi in that situation is very helpful. Demon Mitt says, I have a network switch and a few 50-foot Cat6 cables ran around my office to be able to have PCs set up. Yeah. So, even then though, have you ever found it, Demon Mitt, that it was still convenient to have Wi-Fi, even though you have all of those set up? I think for me, especially when I get into benchmarking sometimes, and I don't have an extra Ethernet cord available, to be able to just, because every game pretty much requires internet connection to test and play. You don't need a fast internet connection. Yeah, sure, Ethernet's very useful for like when you're downloading the games from Steam and stuff like that. But once you have everything downloaded and patched ready to go, just to get on the internet to be able to play it and test it, that's where Wi-Fi has also come in handy for me too. Come on. There you go. It was not perfectly lined up. Come, did I grab the... No, this is the right side screw. Something's going on with that hole. I'll come back to that one. Alright, let's see. You don't read benchmarks like that, so it's not an issue. You find it more annoying to have... Oh, to remember your Wi-Fi password? Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point too. So yeah, it's definitely personal preference. If you don't need Wi-Fi, by all means save the money. But actually, I found more often than not, as I've been building PCs for people, they find out that like the motherboard doesn't have Wi-Fi built in already, so then I have to recommend them like one of those USB cards or a PCIe card from Amazon. So yeah, I've run into, I think, an equal amount of people who actually need Wi-Fi capabilities in their PC than not. Like it is a fair amount of people that need Wi-Fi. Hey, Stefan, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, Stefan. Can you remind me what state you're in now, Stefan? Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you're playing WoW Classic or not. I'm playing the crap out of it. I was trying... The other day, I was thinking about your Paladin, by the way, Stefan. The Paladin that you had in Classic Vanilla when we played. What was its name? I couldn't remember it for the life of me. Yeah. So, yeah, you have them for the upsell options. I don't keep them on hand. I just tell people, order this from Amazon Prime, put it in the system. It's most of the Wi-Fi cards that I've used are plug and play. So, yeah, they don't require like drivers or anything like that. Okay. So now we are going to... Okay, I need to figure out the all the headers because this riser cable is actually kind of in the way of them, so I gotta get those plugged in ASAP. So let me turn this case on its side and route all the cables I need to for like USB, AC audio, all that stuff to the front. But so far, this case has had a ton of room, no issues. Do you remember the name of the Paladin though, Stefan? Because I can't. I remember David Falcon's as well as Glenn's characters, but I couldn't remember yours for whatever reason. Stefan Lewis, this is one of my buddies from high school. We haven't actually talked we haven't seen each other in a very long time, but we recently reconnected when he found my YouTube page randomly without knowing that I did YouTube, because I actually don't share with like my friends and stuff on Facebook and all that stuff. Like a lot of people don't know I do YouTube. It's only the people that like are super directly close to me, but like a bunch of my friends from high school and even some from college have no idea that I do YouTube until like Stefan, they find me in a random video and it's like, I know that guy. Random dude on YouTube says, hey Danny, what's up? My CPU water block just exploded. Sprayed. Whoa, your water block exploded? Disassembled GPU now in the oven on 50 degrees. Gonna get isopropyl. Yeah. So, dunking it in like really high, like 99% alcohol, and then either using a heat gun, hairdryer, or even just air to make sure any traces of water gets evaporated. that would be my go-to move as well. Interesting. What CPU did you have? Water block, rather. Your CPU water block. Is this... See, the fact that you didn't say AIO is making me think that's a custom cooler. Hopefully your parts are fine. Was this a custom hardline loop? What are these cables doing? Give me 1 second. Alright, let me figure this out. So this is what it's looking like for the back side. I'm trying to figure out the best runs. Yeah, that is the best run for sure. So, alright, let me get a visual on the motherboard again. Cable management is definitely one of those things that also makes a build. It could easily add like 30 minutes to your build depending on how much crap you have in it. Like, the more RGB fans you have, the more hubs, all that stuff, it'll add to the build time for sure. The seal failed. Oh, okay. JXEYAE. How am I supposed to say your name? JXEYAE. Is that correct? I might just have to route this on the outside because this is not a natural way to get this cable in. Let me see. Never mind, I got it. That was not the easiest to do. So this is gonna go for USB 3 up here. Just gonna put that in there and not connect it yet. Front panel and HD audio, okay. And then this is USB-C, I'm guessing, yep, USB-C, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you do enjoy watching it, Stefan. Yeah. I told Nick and the guys about you as well. He was like, Stefan, that guy? So what fans are we setting up for this build? So the fans are going to be... they're all Corsair fans. It's going to be the ones that come with the H150i Capellix as well as some additional fans on the side to populate the side here. So everything Corsair. I'm just trying to keep everything in the basement, which is why it's taking me forever to route these freaking cables. But I think one more and I'm good to go. Okay. So now that we got that, I'll just plug in the USB 3. Yep, USB 3. There's only one header for it on this motherboard. See if I can't really see much of it here, but I'll try to give you a view of it. And then USB-C also goes through there. Come on. Okay. Those what's chat saying? Danny, do you watch MMA? Honestly, I don't. I mean, I'll watch it if it's convenient, like it's already on. Like, for the holidays, one of my sister-in-law's boyfriend, he loves watching MMA, so we have put it on for the holidays, like on the big screen. But other than that, I don't go out of my way to watch MMA. I do go out of my way to watch boxing though. Like, if a fight's coming on with some boxers that I'm interested in, I will go and like sit down and watch it. But yeah, I like watching boxing more than MMA for whatever reason. Because I think in the past, I actually enjoyed watching MMA more. Like, if I were to watch highlight clips, I would watch MMA. But there's something about boxing where like it takes time to get interested in it. Because it is, a lot of the fights can be boring and very technical. Like, it's not as action-packed as MMA can be. You know, longer rounds. Maybe not longer rounds, but like more rounds, right? Plus, like, technically less damage being done because they're wearing gloves, which can both shield and protect their hands. But yeah, nope, don't watch baseball at all. Baseball, I cannot get into. That's like the one thing. I went to a Mariners game for the first time last summer, and it was all right. It was free, so can't complain about free. But I would never pay to go to a Mariners game. Or any other baseball game for that matter. Yeah, this, y'all see this? You can barely see it, but you see how, see the bottom headers down there are kind of getting covered? Because I'm not trying to remove 6 screws in the weirdest orientation to remove this riser, so I'm just building around it. I don't understand what's with all the gymnastics questions. I can do a cartwheel. I can do a cartwheel, but I'm not going to do it on stream. How about that? Let's say that. Unless... Actually, no. It would be way too risky to do a cartwheel down here. I would... If I hit anything and, like, break all this random hardware that I have laying around... So where's the front header on this motherboard? Front panel headers. USB. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's like a... Alright, front panel headers on. Any specific reason we didn't go with the Z790? It was just a price thing. Also, in terms of Z790, wasn't it way more limited with regards to how many DDR4 motherboards there were? It was definitely considered, but in terms of aesthetics, so aesthetics kind of ruins a lot of like what you would call more sensible choices, right? When you're trying to go for a certain aesthetic, you kind of have to throw a lot of other stuff out the window, or at least prioritize them less. But aesthetics, DDR4 were probably the top two, and then price consideration as well, a little bit in there. Yeah, Danny Carbajal, this is for my brother-in-law. Alright, I think I got everything from the front panel connected, so we are good to go. I should now be able to install this riser cable. How are we doing on time, by the way? It feels like I barely just started. We are over an hour in the stream, but we didn't start until about 10 minutes in the stream. So we are doing pretty good on time. Oh, whoops. That wasn't even... Yeah, it wasn't even slotted. What am I doing here? Let me center the build more so you can see what's going on. A lot of this is just gonna be screwing in the fans. Screwing in fans takes forever, I feel. Alright, that's snapped in. We got the riser card, or riser cable rather, installed. Stephen Lewis with the $50 dono, Stephen. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yo, if you ever come back to Washington, hit me up. We gotta meet up in person. It's been way too long. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Stefan was one of my classmates from high school. We had a lot of classes together. The most memorable one for me probably was art class. Art with Miss McBride. That was a fun time. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Definitely stay in touch more. You know, we don't... A lot of... It's kind of like... So I've explained this in the first LAN party story video. Even Nick. We went from 2007, 2008-ish time frame all the way until 2016 from that first LAN party stories video without talking to Nick. Even though during high school, he was like one of our best friends ever. It's just one of those things where when you move away for college and stuff like that, or just after high school, it is really easy to like lose connections. But yeah, but now, you know, we're reconnected, we're doing the LANs and stuff, and Stefan is also part of like my high school experience growing up. So yo, if Stefan wanted to come to one of the LANs, I'm pretty sure people would be down to have him, just because the LANs are pretty much limited for the most part to people that we've known for like a really long time. I know we've had additions of people in some of the LANs, but for the most part, the core group, the majority of the people are people that I've known for the last almost 20 years. And then by extension, sometimes their significant others join and stuff like that. But yeah, we do try to keep it super close. But yeah, yo, if you're ever in Washington, Stefan, hit me up. Yeah, we were definitely all idiots in high school, but a lot of us went on to do like really good things afterwards. So, all right, we gotta start doing. I'm still gonna wait for the coolers. Let me get the fans. All right. Do not ask me what's going on with the aesthetics. I even question my brother-in-law. So, for the cooler, we have black fans. For the side, he chose white fans. I asked him, are you sure you wanted to do that? And he said, yeah. This might work because if you look at the artwork on here, there is a good amount of white going on with the black outlines. Like, you see how there's white on here, like the shirt and stuff like that. So the white fans might work. I thought it was just a little weird to mix and match fan colors, but we'll see. I think what looks huge on this motherboard, what looks really big on the motherboard are the freaking chunky heat sinks and like just the overall coverage. But it is a standard size ATX board. It's not like an ATX or anything like that. So on to my least favorite part of this. Freaking screwing in these screws that have to like dig deep into the fan. So yeah, we're gonna put the two fans right here. First, actually, give me 1 second. I wonder how visible these fans are even gonna be once this is in here. Okay, they're still gonna be visible. We'll still be able to see it. Kevin, I have not bought the LTT screwdriver. I plan to. Let's take a look. Is the LTT screwdriver on sale right now? Browser scene. LTT. Screwdriver. There are 74. Okay. This is a back order. Wave 1. Sold out. Sold out. Sold out. Holy crap. How many have they sold? Let's look at these numbers real quick. On these screwdrivers. 15,000. So 30,000. 45. 60. They're going in 15,000 waves. Okay. 75. 90. 97. Oh god, that messed it up for me. 97 plus 15, 10, 112, 127. Wave 11 should ship from March 90, so there are remaining in wave 9. Okay, so wave 9. Ships February 10th. Oh, so I think if you wanted to buy a screwdriver right now, you can, because they still have some from wave 9. Interesting. Bro. Step in with the another $50 dono. Thanks, man. Cammy Hudson, I was wave 1. It's an amazing screwdriver. Yeah. Okay, so y'all have seen the screwdrivers I use, right? I actually have quite a few of them, but I have 2 ratcheting screwdrivers. These two. These two. This is an Amazon set. It has a bunch of bits and stuff like that. But the issue is, you see how the part where you adjust what ratcheting direction it is? It's really thick, so a lot of the times when you're installing stuff, like let's say you're trying to get to the graphics card, because the graphics card screw goes so close to the back of the case, this actually interferes with it quite a bit. So the LTT screwdriver has a nice long shaft away from the base, so that shouldn't be an issue. And here's another one that my mom got me one Christmas from Lowe's. This is like a Cobalt. I think this is their in-house brand. If not, then it's just one of the common brands from Lowe's. So these are both ratcheting, but yeah, their shafts are a little bit thicker than I would like, so that's why I'll probably pick up the LTT screwdriver, because it was made for PC building in mind, whereas my screwdrivers were made for like other house projects in mind. So yeah. Yeah, Demon Mitt, you make a good point. You could, I mean, obviously I built computers without the LTT screwdriver. I don't need it, but it is a way to support Linus for all the content that he has made. And, you know, he has provided me with, or his team and his channel has provided me with endless hours of entertainment. And I haven't bought a ton of merch from them, so it would be a way to, you know, support. Oh yeah, we were talking about fans, and then I got distracted with screwdrivers, talking about how annoying it is to screw them in. So we got that one. There's so much. I'm gonna have so much recycling and trash as a result of this. every single PC build, and Demon Mitt and other people who do build and sell a lot knows what it's like to just have tons of stuff piling in. Because, like, yeah, I'm gonna have to break all this down. I missed our recycling this week. I was raiding way too late one night. And when I went to bed, I forgot to take the recycling out. And our recycling comes every 2 weeks. So I missed the recycling a day. So we have a lot of recycling stuff built up. Alright, so we got these two fans. So the good thing about these fans, it does match the white on the motherboard. So we'll see. We'll see how it looks in the end. Yeah, it'll look fine. The thing, I guess for me, is I thought it might look weird because right on top where the AIO is going to be, it is going to be black fans. So, oh, sweet. So, good thing about this case, they were very thoughtful with regards to the cutout. So, right where these two fans are, there are holes directly. Oh, man. Since he's probably going to want to do like some certain effects with these, I need to... Actually, no. I think with Corsair, with the software that they have, you could rotate the orientation of fans. With some of the cheaper RGB fans, like if you have two, like fans are, if you have them mismatching orientations, their RGB effects might not line up. But I'm pretty sure Corsair you can rotate it. Actually, but it might be such that we don't need to. Okay. Alright, we'll get these going right here and here. Look at all these cables coming in just from RGB and fans. No, we want these as intake. Yeah, so we want these as intake. Actually, no, I think we're gonna go exhaust. Let me think about this real quick. Okay, so the AIO is for sure gonna go on top, and the AIO can be either or. The way that this looks right now, it would look better if the fan was going exhaust on the side. Because otherwise, you're gonna be showing this on that side. Now, if we go exhaust on these side fans, then we have to do intake up the top. So it would be top, intake, rear, side exhaust, and maybe rear exhaust too. This is gonna be 64 gigabytes of RAM, Stefan. Demon Mitt, you have a friend that's ordering a gaming PC. You have like 8 more used builds to finish. Yeah, but good thing you have like a big basement that you could build in. Imagine some people who are just working out of like their bedroom or something. Oof, that's tough. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Unless someone convinces me otherwise, because we want the fans to look good here. I'm thinking exhaust on the sides so that you can get the good fan profile here. What? $64 overkill. 32 is perfect. Yeah, I would agree 32 is enough as well. But RAM is so cheap right now that going from 32 to 64 is the difference of like 80 bucks. It's not even $100 difference. Okay, let me take a look at this because I'm actually not sure how people typically do this. Hyte Y60 build. Because I'm sure most people are doing AIO up top, but yeah, like for this example, or let's see. Wait, are people, how are they? Yeah, so they do have intake up top from what I can see here, and then exhaust on the side. I want to look at more examples though. Oh, actually, no, this one. So this one has intake here. Let me see what the Corsair fans look like on the back. See, the fans used here, the backside don't look as bad. So when they're being displayed, it doesn't look too bad. But the Corsair ones, there's no LEDs like on the fan like shroud itself. And it's got quite a bit of coverage here. I'm thinking this. But let me look at some more examples, just because so this one, oh, these are the Corsair fans, I think, actually. This is from Micro Center. So what do we got here? So we do have intake here. Yeah, these ones were the Lian Li fans here, which actually look good on the backside. Corsair fans, not so much. The thing is, I don't want to redo the fan configs because of how annoying it is to screw and unscrew fans. We do have exhaust set up like this right here, though. Maybe I think we just go like this. We go intake from the side, exhaust up top. That is like the more standard way, I feel. But look at these stickers. These are really ugly stickers back here. Yeah, the GPU next to the glass is not recommended, but it's the only way that the GPU can go on. Alright, we're doing a poll. What are we doing? Y'all are gonna decide this. I can always change it if it's bad thermals, but which thermal config do we go? Side intake, exhaust, top. Side exhaust, intake, top. Oh wait, top exhaust. All right, let's do it. We're running the poll. I'm thinking exhaust side just because you get this better visual. Just because you get this better visual right here. When it's like this. You either have this as the visual on the side or this. A small drill with a screwdriver bit, yeah. So the way I do the fans, I for sure use the ratcheting, which I remember because you were talking about those little tiny pen screwdrivers that can't do these fans because they're not strong enough, right? So you actually need like a legit, what's it called? Like drill. The AIO's 360, so it has to go on top. Yeah, AIO is 360, so it is gonna go up here for sure. Yeah, it's going up here. So otherwise, yeah, we could put the AIO on the side. What's the poll say? Side intake, top exhaust. Okay, wow, that has like way more votes. So that means we're gonna go with this configuration right here. It's gonna look like this. Oh, actually, wait. Good point. That actually wouldn't be too unbalanced. We do have I didn't even show you guys this. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, there's a reason why this case costs so much. We do have 2 intake on the bottom. So thermally, that actually might be okay. It's going to be a negative pressure situation because we have so much exhausting and only 2 intake. But that actually might still work out. And then we don't have to sacrifice on the aesthetics. I guess now knowing that, do people's vote change? And yeah, you're right. He definitely should have chosen 140 millimeter fans. I think without seeing the case in person, it would have been hard to determine. But we can always swap them out later. Yeah. Fans facing the wrong way. Well, so let's see. I mean, everyone's saying side intake. We're gonna run the poll again. Now that you know that there's the bottom intake. The bottom has 2 intake fans. Let's see what. Because I totally forgot to show you all that. That might sway the answers. Which. I can always flip these later on off of stream, but I'm just going to do what people vote for. So, we're running it again, now with the knowledge of the 2 bottom intake fans. We're going to go with whatever the poll ends up with. So, go ahead and vote. So, I'll do this, then I'll get the AIO in. I'll probably install a graphics card. How are we doing on time? I could run a little bit over today, but I need to get the power supply in here too. Too much talking and getting off topic. That's on me. Positive all the way. -2 Dusty. Alright, we're doing side intake, top exhaust. Let's do it. I could always ask my brother-in-law. Flipping these will be pretty easy. They'll be easy, but just kind of a pain in the butt regards to how much twisting and unscrewing there is. But it's not a difficult thing to do. So yeah, we will go with what the people vote. Just do both exhaust. Well, thermally, honestly, let's see. Intake fresh here. So you're gonna get slightly warmer air. So you can go either way depending on what you want for fresh versus recycled air through the AIO, right? Yeah, dang. This is where the 140 would have filled up the gap more. I might have to go up top. But yeah, so now we're getting fresh air in. The GPU is gonna use some of it to cool itself off, and then it's gonna exhaust through the radiator. So in this situation, theoretically, the GPU will run cooler and the CPU will run slightly warmer. Now, whether or not which one is more ideal, I'm not sure until I actually test it. Which one is going to be more of a temperature issue. So now we're going to have in terms of the fans, we do have four intake, 4 exhaust. Because there's these 2 bottom ones, 2 side ones, and then the 3 from the radiator exhausting, and then the 1 from the back exhausting. So, all right. All right, Kevin, take it easy. If you don't do what I say, I will gank your. Wait, Stefan, I didn't see if you said you were playing or not. I don't think I've been seeing you on battle.net. I'm playing on Sky Fury, which is one of the fresh servers. I need to get magnetized bits for the screwdriver. This is actually annoying me. Sky Fury hype. Sky Fury hype. Also, one of the tricks is don't put all your fan screws in unless you are for sure you want that configuration. So I'm just gonna put in 2 to hold them in place for now until I actually get to play with this thermally and see what the actual better configuration is. Right now, we're definitely not doing it for aesthetics right now because we're showing the backside of the fan, but thermally it might be superior. What I wish the fans had was similar like pop-in designs, was a snap fit fittings or pegs or whatever. It would be nice if you didn't have to do these screws and all you did was just pop them into place. That would require all manufacturers to make the same width holes so that it's a standard. But then imagine if you could just pop something in and it was held in place by like friction, as opposed to having to individually screw everything down. That could be a bad idea if you transport your system around, but in terms of being more modular, it would be a huge convenience. Alright, we gotta do the AI, no, I'm gonna do the power supply now. Usually, I get the power supply in pretty early on. I kind of just forgot about it in this build up till right now. So let's get the power supply in. Alright, we're ending the poll. People wanted intake on the side no matter what. Alright, so this is going to be fan definitely. Alright, so this is a sideways mounted power supply. Alright. Would you do an LTT screwdriver review? Probably not. I don't think people would care for that. And I don't want a video killing the performance on my channel. Come on. I have to get one of them in to get it in place. It is. Oh, I need more light. Ah, there we go. Got it. Don't screw my views, exactly. With the screwdriver. I would do a YouTube short on it though. YouTube shorts, I don't mind putting like off-topic stuff on, just because I think the viewership is different there. I don't think that would hurt my channel because I've done random stuff on my YouTube shorts. But posting a full long-form content video, that could hurt the channel. If it's like not the typical what people expect. Come on. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let me think about this. I need to make sure there's no embargoes or anything like that. Because I do not even know. Let's see. Let's see. Corsair. Let me make sure. Okay. Okay, let me grab the. It's funny that you mention the Corsair RMX Shift. I actually have the exact version. So right now in this build, it's the RM1000X. Here's the RM1000X. Can you see it? Where's the shift? Show the shift. You can barely see it because of the lighting. But yeah, this is the shift version. So everything is on the side. My lights are killing it. The glare is killing it right now. But yeah, so I do have a shift. They sent it over. I told them like, hey, that's a really high-end power supply. Like for the most part, I would think it would be used in like test bench scenarios and stuff. So they sent it over for me to use as my test bench power supply. 1000 watts is going to be plenty for anything I ever throw in the system. Plus the ease of accessibility on the side is the selling point of this. So yeah, maybe I'll do like an unboxing on stream as well as setting up a system using it. But this will be like the power supply for any testing or anything on the channel. So yeah, I honestly, they didn't even, when they sent this to me, they did not give me pricing on it yet. So, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the announced launch price of this versus the non-shift version is. Does anyone know? Let me see if I can quickly Google it. The RMX 1000 is not my go-to all the time. It depends on budget. Once you start getting into like higher wattage tier A power supplies, they usually cost enough where they're like in the like 150 170ish dollar price range, where you have a lot of options actually to choose from. So I usually just go with whatever is like priced the best. All right, the RM1000X shift is $210, whereas the RM1000X is $205. MSRP anyways. On Amazon, you can find it for slightly cheaper. So yeah, that's an interesting question. Let's run a poll. So it's looking like $10 to $20 price difference on MSRP. Actual pricing might vary, but yeah, how much would you pay for that to have the cables coming out the front? To have the cables, I guess. Whoa. In this scenario, it actually wouldn't work unless you remove this cage. Yeah, because if it's typically expected where the fan is facing down, the shift has the modular cables coming out this direction up top. So it would be coming up this way, which would get in the way of these drive cages. Well, even if it's not a test bench, I don't know how many cases. This case makes it really easy to access your modular cables. A lot of other cases where you're in an actual like PSU basement with the cage on the side, it is a pain to get in there to connect anything. So I do see the utility of the shift, and it doesn't seem like it's too much more. It's like 5 to 10% more expensive for it. So pretty interesting. Okay, we're starting to gather up a bunch of cables. Got the power supply in here. Let me plug in the modular cables that we need. $80 for a 750 watt tier APSU scooter. That's actually nice. That's a really good find. Tier A's, anything above like 600 to 700 watts is typically gonna be closer to like $100, given the market right now. All right, so we are going with the stock PSU cables. We were gonna go with cable mods, but then I saw that the cable mods cost just as much as these streamers, but these streamers look way cooler. So I sent them to my brother-in-law, and he made the decision to get the streamers instead, which I'm excited about because I've never used the streamers. So there's so much room to work back here, but I'm starting to feel this rear chamber already get really messy. Alright, so we got the motherboard. So we just need the motherboard, CPU, and the PCIe. Here's the CPU. Oh, nope, this is PCI, okay. Where's the CPU one? Oh yeah, we are definitely going over time in stream today. I might have to expedite the fan screwing for the AIO. And put like only 2 per. Okay, CPU. Okay, we'll put this up here so it's closest to it. I was like, why are you saying sorry, Melissa? I think she's actually napping. So when she naps during streams, that's like the perfect situation. But we do have to, I don't know what we're doing for dinner tonight, to be honest. We have rice cooked, so that's good. I'm not sure if we took out any fish or chicken. Alright, so we got CPU cables. This is starting to look messy. Where's the cable? Okay. Yep, 2 PCIe cables right here. Not gonna plug in any. I'm gonna need SATA probably for the controller. So I do need 1 SATA. Here we go. Alright, we got the SATA. Oh my goodness. Look at the mess of cables so far. And we're still missing 3 RGB fans worth of cables at the top. Actually, I want to move the CPU over here so it's out of my way. Alright. Graphics card right here. What's the build fee for this one? No, the build fee is free. There is no build fee for family. You can make that into a Fast and the Furious meme. There is no build fee for family. Okay, so we got all that going. Let's get the AIO up top. Alright, we're gonna shift this way. The nice thing is that this comes off. Zoom out here. So this comes off from these 3 screws. Or 6 screws rather. Get the AIO or the radiator on there and then get it back into place. Did they really need 6 screws? I'm pretty sure 4 would have done an adequate job. Oh, why can't everything be quick release? But it is a high-end case. High-end cases, high-end builds. This is pretty common. Okay. So let's get this out of the bag. Hey, it's Joe says, I charge family and friends $50 an hour. Dang, what do you charge people who aren't family and friends? I would think $50 an hour would be the rate that you charge strangers. Alright, what are we doing with this here? I'm gonna do radiator. Right here. Drop this in, and then fans on the opposite side. Yep. Okay. I need to move this case out of the way. It's just completely in the way. Nice. Let me make sure this thing fits. This thing looks like it'll be really close up here. Okay. Yeah, it oh my god, it barely fits. There's like less than a centimeter here in terms of how much room back and forth. So it does fit. What is your least... Alright, question for you all. What is your least favorite part of building a PC? Like in terms of hardware installation. For me, it's definitely AIOs. AIOs and everything about them. Usually they're mounting in terms of the motherboard, as well as the mounting and having this freaking CPU block dangling everywhere when you're trying to put it into place, having to screw in 12 fan screws. It's just like my least favorite part of usually PC builds whenever something has an AIO. Yep, Cammy Hudson agrees. AIOs are a pain in the ass to a major degree. Like, I don't think anything even comes close to it. Even the front panel headers, not even like that bad compared to installing AIOs. And then AIOs with RGB fans is just more wires and stuff, so yeah. That's just my take on it though. I'm sure there's other people who find other things more annoying. Cable Comb says attack robotics. Kevin Ngo says cable management. You see, the thing about the AIO is that it adds more of a painful process to cable management. Without the AIO, if you just had a basic single fan cooler, it is so much easier. RGB wiring and 100% softwares, but yeah, AIOs are bad. Okay, so we're exhausting up top. I need the cables to run out the back. Alright, let me see if let me make sure I got this right. Okay, yep. So it's gonna be going in that way. So I'm gonna run all these cables like this. Okay. And so for this, I'm gonna have to use these long screws. Let's see if I can zoom in down here. I'm gonna have to use the long screws that go through the fan to the radiator through this bracket. So just getting that first screw in is usually my least favorite part. Like, you gotta hold all three parts up in place and then get them lined up. But let's see, where are we going with this? So we're gonna go closer to the motherboard or further? I'm thinking further. I gotta test this to see if it works though. It seems really close in terms of interference wise. Radiator in case. Let me see this. All right, come on. Got the first one in. You just need like 4 points of contact and everything holds together easily afterwards. But just this first one. Okay. Ducky Boy, no, I'm not giving away, doing a giveaway. Sorry. Oh, that one didn't even go in. What is the best way? Come on. Get in there. Like swimwear. There we go. You did a month of freelance video editing. Wasn't worth it. Audio job give me big months long project to do, and the main editor needed backup help. Freelance video editing. What is your hourly rate if you don't mind sharing? I'm just curious because I have no idea what editors charge, especially of like different levels of like experience, right? Did you see Bitwill built a $3,000 PC just so his cat can sleep on it? Go see that crap channel. Wait, what? Would he... I mean, he was trolling, right? Or did he actually make his PC a cat bed? Because cats like the top of computers. They like the warmth. I have personal experience with that. Also, let's be more respectful. Don't say go see that crap channel around here, okay? Oh, what am I doing here? Well, I'm dumb. Was totally not looking at the mounting holes. Yeah, I thought something felt a little off. What? Joel, you just gave 2 different currencies. You gave it in CAD and then you gave the lowered price in USD. I still have no idea in relation those 2 numbers to each other. Is this gonna make it better? Jeez. There we go. This is much better. Okay. Of the front. So we're going back. Okay. Okay, so you went from 70 CAD to 53 CAD. There you go. That's more digestible for a lot of people in terms of your change in rates. $1.33x. I just want to get this thing turned on. And if I have to only put 2 screws per fan right now to do so, then I'm gonna do it. If this radiator wants to catch onto the thread, that would be helpful. See, I got this little dangling AIO tube all over the place right now. Okay, you got a single fan on. That should line everything up a little bit better. Third fan right here. Spongy Loam says, well, he built the PC for his cat and named the price. I call that kind of in your face, but defend if you must. I mean, nobody's defending anybody. The thing is, content creators, it's not like he was trying to sell it as like, you should do this with your $3,000, right? Like, yeah, if he has money and or the sponsorship and the sponsors agreed that that's what they want him to make, then there's nothing wrong with it. It's a different form of content. I wouldn't hate on him for that. All right, we got the third fan on, thankfully. Again, this isn't even going to be able to boot until I do the BIOS flash with the thumb drive, because there's no way I'm taking the CPU out now after I put in that that frame. So all right, here we go. AIO is going in, I hope. Oh my god, this cable is... Wait till you see everything once I turn it with all these routed through. Okay. Let me zoom out for you. Alright, so then this drops into place like so. Oh my goodness, that's such a tight fit. I don't know if that's what she said. But yeah, here it is. You have that much room. Wait up. Do I have to shift something? What's going on here? Yeah, I have to shift this as far forward as I can. There we go. Otherwise, it wasn't gonna fit. There we go. Now the holes line up. Okay. Here are those 6 screws. You know what one of my biggest like nightmares is? Not even a nightmare, but my biggest fears. Anytime I'm doing a build like this, I haven't tested these parts individually. It is good practice to test your parts if you can. But yeah, I tested the graphics card, but like I just opened this AIO straight from the wrapping. What if it ends up not working and all this work that I did for the fans, all these screws, all that stuff, it was for nothing? That is one of my biggest like fears anytime doing something like this. But we'll see. we'll just get it powered on later and hopefully it works. Alright, so if y'all want to see what it looks like back here now, I'll use my phone to show a closer view. But we're pretty much... Oh, there's the pump block. Let me move that down. So this is what we're looking like on the back side. Where's my phone? Alright, so this is what we're looking like. In terms of cable management, so I think this is all we have. There's nothing else that's going to be added to this, except for the Commander Pro, which I'll put in there in a second. But here's all the other cables on the outside. So I'm going to have to find a way to get this. I mean, there's plenty of room. So there will be room to like zip tie it and everything. But yeah, just you know, we have what, 5 RGB fans? That's 10 fan cables by themselves, and then and 3 non-RGB fans, so that's another 3 for 13, and then all this other stuff. Spongy Loam says, never put the side panel on before first startup. Yeah, that is that's a good point right there. Yeah, I'm not putting these glass panels back on until it is like complete. All right, let's get this pump block on. Then we can get the graphics card in, and then the streamers, and then it's pretty much done. Yeah, we're already 2 hours in the stream, which is fine. All right, let me get this turned here. Got a mess of cables on the bottom. Okay. Oh, this cable. Why? This is the cable for this fan. It's just in the way. It is just being in the way. Okay. So, in terms of this pump block, let me see. What is the best orientation for this thing? Like this? Probably like this, actually. Yeah, because otherwise, this is kind of weird. Going on this side is pushing them close to the fans. And I don't think going on the bottom makes too much sense. So yeah, this is a pretty natural curve, so we'll go with this. And we've got the stock Corsair thermal paste, which we're just going to use. I don't get people's obsession over using aftermarket thermal paste when a lot of the stock ones just work fine. Oh no, I dropped the thing! I dropped the thumb screw! Thankfully, this is a very strong magnet. Okay. $100, you can get a screen for the AIO? Yeah, so... my brother-in-law did order an AIO, the LCD screen for this, because that is one of the reasons he wanted to do this build, was to have the AIO pump GIF thing that everyone loves so much. Yeah, like, man, my friends, like Martin and Jan, they love their, the GIFs that they can put on the AIOs in their builds. The GIF? Yeah, the GIF. Okay. Hey, look, more cables, pump block cables for the RGB and for the block. Okay, so this is on, I'm gonna throw these cables in the back real quick, and then we'll get the graphics card in. And that's gonna be, for the most part, the hardware. I gotta get the CPU plugged in. Where the heck is the other cable? It is getting pretty tight up here with the radiator. Like, there's not much room up here, and stuff is starting to interfere. So I'm gonna have to clean up the cable management on that. Come on. But let's get these two plugged in. There's the first one. You know, cable mods, they sell extension cables for these 8-pin CPU connectors. I don't see a reason why. You can't even see anything up here. It's so dark, and like the amount of cable that's showing is so small. It just makes no sense. Like, you do not need extensions for these right here. Graphics card, sure. Motherboard, sure. These, nah, I don't think it's really worth putting in. Especially, maybe if you have like some Asia Horse Amazon cables, because they come with it, sure. But if you're buying individual cables from a company like Cable Mod, honestly, I feel like it's a waste of money. You don't see enough up here once it's like pulled tight. Okay, so we've got that going. Where is, oh, we gotta put these, get this extension in. So this is gonna be interesting. So are y'all who has used one of these before? Let me run a poll. Just curious, because this is my first time using them. I did not know. This is the V2, by the way. They are kind of like a rubbery. They're like a rubbery, soft plastic, like texture. Even the cables, the actual cables themselves, that's not a part of the. Actually, no. Some of them are. Yeah. So here's the cables that are not a part of the LED lights. They're all flat, and then you get this part, which is kind of like a jelly soft rubber right here. So it's very flexible, very durable, it seems. But yeah, I thought they were like plastic tubes of light, but maybe that was the older version. But yeah, this is like a soft jelly. So I'm gonna get this plugged in, and then I don't know how I'm gonna do the routing for this, but we'll see. I'm just gonna get it plugged in for now. All right, that's it. That was easy. And then we're gonna have to figure out some way to run it so that it could show maybe like this down like this or something. All right, time to put the graphics card in. I've not even peeled the plastic to this yet. I think it is gonna be peelable once. Actually, no. I'm gonna peel it now because the bottom side will be hard to peel. So let's see how close the teals are. So we chose this card for the teal of this versus the teal on this card. Not too bad. Decent match. Yeah, the bottom fans are intake. Bottom fans are indeed intake. We have more exhaust than intake in this current setup. Yeah, so let me peel this. if I'm still, well, I'm not gonna put the side fans at this point. That'll happen later after the OS and everything's installed. After I can actually see the thermals. Yeah, because everything is gonna start getting in the way like right now as soon as I put this graphics card in. I have to install this vertically, so you guys just get to see the top of it while I put it in. Let me move it back though, so at least you can see something going on. Okay. Ricer PC? Yeah, is this a Ricer PC or a waifu build? Yep, that is a big chunky boy. I might have a tripod set up. Give me 1 second. Nah. I don't think I could stand this on anything to show. I would need someone to hold it. Let me see if I can stand this against a cup of water or something. To show this being installed. That should work. Okay, SATA, I just need to make sure there's nothing else being installed in the front here. USB-C, USB 3, okay. Nothing else needs to go out underneath there. Alright. It is so dark underneath. There it is. Oh my god. What is this clearance gonna be? Holy crap. Look at that. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Oh man, look. Here, let me give you an exact side profile. What is this clearance? When did this Hyte case come out? When did this come out? Because haven't we? I know these current gen cards are even extra big, but we had big cards from the 30 series. Well, yeah, so that's always been a problem with vertical mounted GPUs, but I swear in other cases they give more clearance. There's not much in this case at all. So this is gonna be fun. Yeah, so let me get this screwed down, and then oh man, this is gonna be fun. Maybe I have to make a video on this actually because of this. Because otherwise it was just gonna be like some high-end spec PC that most people probably can't afford, and people would complain in the comments. But if I add drama to the video about this Hyte case, then it might make for a more interesting video. Let me make sure this is in here, and let me get this screwed down. If I can get this, man, I need to prop this up with something underneath. The weight of it is sagging it down way too much. Here we go. Nope, come on. There we go. this case is flexing a little bit where the screw hole is not lining up with the card. Or it could be the card bracket is goofed. Either way, this is gonna be a tight fit to try to get this in here. Come on, just need a couple of threads. There we go. Oh, this is, oh my goodness. Look at how I have to install this thing. Oops. So here's what it looks like on the back. Normally when you're screwing stuff in, you only have the shaft having to go this far. But because I'm doing it vertically and they don't give any extra room up here, I'm basically turning this with the handle as close to the case as possible so I can get a straight. I need a flexible head. I don't know where my flexible head is, so I just have to do it like this. But yeah, this is everything about vertical mounted GPUs is just a pain. I've only done this a few times, but in this case in particular, I don't know why, it just seems more painful. No, I know for sure a 3080 would be fine. A 3080, I'll show you guys the width. Where is it at? My 3080 is somewhere, but I'll hold it up next to the 4080. And I'll show you. If I can get the screw in, come on. Yeah, this is just super tight tolerances. I don't know if it's on the Hyte case or on the graphics card. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, let's see what the comments were saying about which card. Yeah, there's like no clearance. So what makes this case worth 300 CAD? Honestly, I don't know. Like I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of this case. It is easy to build in, I'll give it that. Aesthetically, it's not my style. Let me see if I can get the other graphics card. Yeah, it'll take too long. My 3080 is I think still in that build that I did, and I would have to unscrew it, disconnect it and stuff. That would take too long. I do have a 3070 on hand though, but here is a reasonably sized 3070. So we look at the thickness differences in here. Let me see. Let me move these cables out of the way real quick. If you look at the thickness differences, yeah, I'm just gonna put it on here. Here's the side profile. I mean, you gain this much clearance from the glass. And this is a 3070, which, you know, is a decently sized card. But if you just compare it to the 4080, this thing is just huge. But let me put the glass on real quick and we'll see how much actual clearance it has. I could probably measure it from the side, so let's do that. Alright, so we're putting the glass on. Alright, so it is on now. We come to the side. Yo, look at that clearance. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I need to make a YouTube short on this. This is gonna be good footage for a YouTube short right here. So okay, let me stop that real quick. All right, so that's what we're working with. That's a good point, Kale. So initially I was a bit concerned. I was like, dude, I don't know if the color scheme and stuff is gonna match and all that. But then I remembered, oh wait, most of the glass has a freaking vinyl on it, so you can't even really see behind here. Like, so much of it is covered up anyways. So, yeah. Why do you hate Japanese things? No, but I do not hate Japanese things. Alright, now we get to play with the other extension cables. So, we have these ones that go to, we have to use this 16 pin. So let's see. Let me show it from the top view. Top view is gonna be better. We're basically done though. I just need to plug everything else in. But this is, for the most part, what it's gonna be. So we gotta get these 16 pin in here. And then, need to make sure it's fully plugged in so nothing catches on fire. And then, we need to figure out a way to make this not look ugly when this is connected into here. Okay. So let me get these connected, then I'll figure out the routing of the cables themselves. I think there's a way to make this look good. It's gonna depend a lot on the RGB. Oh, what the heck? Huh. So we're gonna have to come up and around like this. Or we're just gonna have to twist it. Okay, let me get these connected and then I'll figure it out. Okay, so you have this ugly octopus thing coming out of the top, but is there a way to route it behind to hide or something like this where it comes, we can't come through the front because there's no room in the front in terms of clearance. So I don't know. Can we rerun the poll? Are you a fan of the Hyte Y60 case? So most people have not used the Lianli streamers. Yeah, good call, Kevin. But Melissa hasn't come down yet, so I think I'm still good on time. Start a poll. Do you like the Hyte Y60 case? The case that I am building in right now. That is a huge mess in terms of all these cables and everything. Let me know in the poll. CPU, where's the pump? Voted no, but it would depend. I mean, yeah, I think everything would depend, but in general, do you like it or not? I definitely lean towards, I still think aesthetically not liking the case. Aesthetics is important, like, for a case, I think aesthetics is actually very important. CPU, optional, there's no dedicated pump header, okay. Pump. AIO pump, there it is. There is one. I was about to say, for a high-end case like this, if you do not have a pump header, what? Okay, so we gotta route this to the back. Oh man, this case is something. This build is something. All right, let me get this 24 pin routed to the front. I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance to even plug in all these RGB fans to get some kind of like RGB out of it before the stream is over. A lot of people want aesthetics, but when I'm gaming, I do not stare at my case. When game is more important. That is true. Alright, so I've got the motherboard 24 pin on. I think the toughest thing here is going to be trying to figure out how to make the connector for the graphics card look good. Because it has to twist. Dang it, what is this? Let me zoom in for you guys to see. So we want these to be showing almost like this, maybe? Yeah, there's no way it's gonna fit in the front. There was no clearance. But we also want to hide this as much as possible. Will the stickers make it hard to look at? Yeah. It will be hard to see stuff in here due to the stickers. Maybe we go behind here. This is tough. I might have to do something special here. This adapter is killing it right now. This adapter is making it such a pain. We might have to buy a different extension cable for this. That is not like this freaking octopus squid thing going on here. They make some of these extensions that go further before it splits into 3. We might have to do that because I'm not seeing how this is gonna look like good with this in here. There should be anime cosplay at the next LAN party. I'm sure some of the people would be down for that, actually. Jan and Meg are into anime cosplay. Alright, we're just gonna go like this. Yep, we're just gonna go like that. For now. I just need to get this thing connected so we could try to at least power on. Cable management is such a mess back here. Yeah, now we're starting to run out of room in the front chamber with the graphics card in here, with all these Lian Li extensions. It's starting to become more difficult to work in compared to earlier. Yeah, so we gotta get all these connected. Gosh, there's so many cables. Why? One of them will have to be pigtailed. These grommeted holes are starting to get filled up a ton too. FG204, anyone here that can offer some advice and help? A friend of mine wants to build a super cheap PC, so possibly Xeon or old i7s. Anything anyone can recommend? Spongy Loam says, get a PS5, which I don't agree with. It's their friend wants to build a cheap PC, probably to play games with them. And when you're on console, there's very limited cross-platform, like, playability. Getting a console is not the answer if you need something on a budget, solely because it locks you out from titles like League of Legends, CSGO, stuff like that that's still widely popular. Or, no, this is not going to be for our stream. I need to wrap this up right now. I just need to get this plugged in. I need to make sure all these are good. Okay, they are good to go. I'm going to pull them back taut a little bit. Okay. Oh my god. Each additional cable. Why? Ooh. I didn't even, I need to look at the hub for these. I want to power this on with all the RGB connected at least. Oh great, look, we have a control box for Lee, and we also had a control box for Corsair. Fun, 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 more cables, fun. This is what the backside looks like right now. So Lee and Lee each have their own special hub. Corsair stuff has its own hub. Oh no. Wait, there we go. Oof, I was about to say, wait. Does each of them have their own hub? No, Lee and Lee has an adapter. Sheesh. Yeah, apparently Lee and Lee has its own thing for a standard header too. Okay, cool. Alright. Just get some wireless fans? Yeah. That'd be the dream. Alright. Yeah, cable management is not something I'm even gonna think about tonight. We're just trying to get stuff plugged in to get some lights. To get the fan spinning, some lights turned on. More trash. Oh boy, this hub. Oh, wait. It can go to the same hub. Okay, sweet. Okay, and then we've got this micro USB thing to the hub. So there's the SATA that we need. And then it needs to plug into USB. Great. There's so much room to work down there. And I installed the graphics card, of course. I think I goofed. I installed the graphics card thinking I was done with all the headers below the motherboard. But of course, Corsair and Lee has hubs that have to connect to that to control the lights. So now I have to remove the graphics card, which I'm not going to be able to do on stream because we are 2 hours and 40 minutes in the stream. So I'm going to have to wrap this up after stream, probably later tonight. But dang, I could not finish the build before stream ended. Oh, I know, right? It was, whenever you're building a PC, probably a good idea to at least try to visualize it. I don't know if I would have caught that though, even if I visualized it. I don't know if it was being distracted or what, but yeah, I totally just forgot about the hubs. The poll is 50-50. Do you like the Hyte Y60? Wow. Yeah, it's an even 36 votes per side. So I'm gonna end that poll now. Yeah, so this build I have plenty of footage from the stream I can make a video on. So this might end up being a video with the finished product because I can't show it now because we're way over time. And yeah, there's way too much extra stuff. A standard build could easily be built in an hour when you don't have extra AIOs, extra RGB, and when you're not working with like a non-standard case. But yeah, I'm just gonna hang out with chat real quick for the last I don't know, last 10 or so minutes. Hey, Craig Lily, you'll know how it turns out. I'm sure I'll make YouTube shorts, if not a long form content with this. I don't know if I'll have this build still here with me by next week. My brother-in-law might pick it up by then, but I'll for sure finish it and there might be other content for it. Not a drug dealer says, right now I'm building my own computer inside the shell of a gutted toaster. Huh. Are you using like an ITX or even a super mini PC special form factor motherboard inside of a toaster? Toasters aren't that big. Definitely toasters for the most part I think would be bigger than a micro ATX. Ian McLeod, or McLeod? The Fractal Design Torrent, full size, was fun to build in. Nice, yeah. I mean, the Torrent is a pretty standard case, right? In terms of, yeah, it's, you know, pretty standard mid-sized tower, it looks like. Is this a mid or a full-size tower? Oh, they have Torrent Compact. Oh, I think I would like the Compact. Oh, I'm guessing the Torrent is the full version. I've never built in the Torrent before. And then they got the cute little Torrent Nano, which I also like. Can this do micro or is this ITX? Motherboard. Oh, this is a micro, or this is a mini ITX. Yeah, so the Nano is mini. Okay. NZXT cases can easily be a toaster. There's plenty of NZXT cases with airflow now. Even the ones without front airflow were fine. McLeod. Oh, McLeod. Interesting. I would never have guessed that. That's a pretty cool last name, though. Attack Robotics says, I am building one soon with a 1650. What are you building? You're building a PC soon with a 1650 and a newer CPU for 400? The entire build? That's pretty sweet. 1650 is honestly still... It pulls its own weight nowadays, similar to how the 750 Ti pulled its weight for the longest time. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't think I've done a single Discord shout out. For those of y'all who haven't been here week to week or haven't joined the Discord server yet, if you're new to the channel or just new to the streams, I do have an official Discord server now. Information is in the description, but I'll link it here too. But yeah, it's a pretty chill server. I try to hang out in there as much as I can, but people have been asking me for Discord for so long, and now that it's here, I need to remind people of it, so. Yeah, Spongy, 4:45 a.m. What are you doing still up? You should go to sleep. Mary Bonetti says, you love my videos. Thanks for the kind words, Mary. It's a Cuisinart. It's a Cuisinart. The Cuisinart CPT 740. Let's look at this toaster that they're building a PC in. A gutted toaster, they say. Okay, still, I think, how do you fit the power supply? Unless, again, you have one of those tiny PCs that uses the equivalent of a laptop. Even fitting an SFX power supply in here looks like it would be cutting it close. Oh, Flex PSU. Huh. Definitely post it on the Discord server or on Twitter or wherever once you're done. Because I'm curious to see how everything fits in there still. Kenny's Computer says, why did you choose Cheetos over Cheez-Its? I don't know. Cheez-Its definitely... Are Cheez-Its healthier? Cheez-Its are the healthier of the two, right? It's not saying that Cheez-It is healthy, but of the two, is Cheez-Its healthier than Cheetos? And if that's the case, that's probably why I chose Cheetos, because unhealthier stuff tastes better. Ish. You did miss the PC build. I'm not even done. There's so much cable management that needs to be done. There's so much plugging in extra like RGB stuff. I had to just call it quits after 2.5 hours. There's no healthy stuff between those two. Lol. Yeah, then I don't know. Cheetos to me, I could eat way more of. I mean, I can eat Cheez-Its too. They're not bad, but it's just a personal preference thing. Yo, that's the poll we run tonight to end the stream. All right, people, get your votes in. Last poll of the night. Cheetos versus Cheez-Its. I am Team Cheetos. Kenny's Computers, I think, is Cheez-Its. You know what's funny? So here's Cheez-Its, right? There was this thing also called Cheese Nips. Have y'all heard of this? Cheese Nips is basically the exact... I think it's the same thing as Cheez-Its. To my knowledge, they are. I mean, look at it. It looks just like a Cheez-It. Is there a difference between Cheez-Its and Cheese Nips? They're square flavored cheese snacks. Cheese Nips are better than Cheez-Its? Honestly, I haven't even seen Cheese Nips around for the longest time. I've only seen Cheez-Its as of recent. So I don't remember what Cheese Nips taste like. Cheese Nips are like Domino's and Cheez-Its are like everything else. So Cheese Nips are the best one is what you're saying, Jason. Cheese Nips are cheesier, less salty? Okay. But let's see. We got... Wow. I'm surprised. I thought more people would like Cheetos over Cheez-Its. I mean, come on. With Cheetos, there's so many variety. You got your puffs. You got your crunchy. You have your Japanese crunchy. What is this? Jason, what does this say? You got your flamin' hot crunchy. Oh, no. You got your flamin' extra flamin' hot. And then you have your normal flamin' hots. So much variety with Cheetos. Cheetos hot fries? Where are those? Yo, remember the old school hot Cheetos bags with the little flaming guy right here? They don't do these anymore. But this is like nostalgic right here for me. Flamin' hot Cheeto puffs are really good in my opinion too. I love those. Where are the Cheeto fries? Carolina Reapers? Jeez. Then you got your Cheeto fries. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Kevin. I don't remember ever eating Cheeto fries. Are these good? If I've ever had these, I don't remember them. Because I don't buy them regularly. Very good, okay. You got your Cheetos chicken fries from Burger King, so... Alright, wow. Okay, so now that more votes are in, Cheetos does beat Cheez-Its, but not a ton of people voted anyways. Dude. Back in elementary school, because, you know, in elementary school, for me anyways, they didn't have vending machines, they didn't have, like, the a la carte things, they didn't have concessions. In elementary school, there was just the cafeteria, without all the extra stuff. Then in middle school and high school is when we got the add-on carts and vending machines and stuff. But in elementary school, if you were the kid with the hot Cheetos, you were like everybody's best friend. Everyone envied you, all that stuff. I don't know if that's still the case nowadays, but I remember just anytime I or anybody else brought in hot Cheetos, everyone was begging for them. Yo, roll with Hawkins Cheesies. Never heard of that. What is that? Hawkins Cheesies. Huh. Interesting. They look like Cheeto Crunchies. They look good. Never had these though. Bond says they remember in elementary school we would sometimes have Hot Pockets, and every time it was the biggest deal to everyone. These Hawkins Cheesies seem pretty interesting. I just don't know where they sell them. Can you buy Hawkins Cheesies? USA Unlimited Range, okay, you'll never... Wait. But without a key, you will never ever locate the wonderfully hot, crunchy Hawkins Cheesies. Interesting. It's a Canadian thing, it looks like? Is this like Canadian Cheetos? Yeah, Flamin' Hot anything to me is good. Flamin' Hot Ruffles, Flamin' Hot Funyuns, I love all of it. But alright, enough Flamin' Hot Snacks talk. Thank you everyone for joining in on the stream today. We are going on 3 hours right now. Thank you for keeping me company while I put together my brother-in-law's ridiculous anime waifu PC. Unfortunately, I was not able to finish on time, but I will get to working on this outside of stream hours, and hopefully you will see YouTube shorts as well as maybe a long form video regarding this build. I have some complaints about the graphics card clearance, but I don't know. Do you blame the graphics card? Do you blame the case? Do you blame us for not looking at the thickness clearance requirements? I don't know. But yeah, hopefully hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. Have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend coming up. I do have a build with a 13th gen Intel as well as 4000 series graphics card coming up. That is not this build. It is that build over there sitting on its side. That should be coming up sometime this weekend. So yeah, join the Discord if you have not yet. You can catch me there throughout the week. But other than that, I want to thank you all for joining as always. Be safe out there, and I will see you in the next stream and or video comments. Bye bye.